right. All right. In the building. Okay. Update time. Let's pull up some information so that I have all of my proper updates. Let's pull up some info. All right, looks like we got people coming in. Some folks knew about what we had going on here. So if you are just coming in, welcome to the channel. I am here updating a live that I started yesterday, about 2 applications that I did, and I'm trying to get everything together because I wanted to be ready for 8 o'clock for you guys. And I am just getting the last of my documents here because we have a lot to talk about. So, there's it here. Some letters. That's 1 and that's 2. All right, awesome. Okay, so I have everything together. So if you were not here yesterday, then you missed the fact that I tested the new relaxed rule on 524 applications to the CSP with their new limited time offer. Now, it was first reported, or at least the first I saw it was through, I really got to figure out what this guy calls himself, but I'm going to say Ben Hedges. He did a video on it. And now just recently, I guess, Sebi has now done a video on it, so I guess it's now gaining legitimacy. But there are still mixed data points. Now, yesterday, I had one application that was flat out rejected. That was for the CSP. And then I had another one that was in review for the IHG Premier Business Card. So I've gotten all my updates. We are going to go over what was done right, what was done wrong, what the next steps are, and what is going to happen from here. I don't anticipate this being a super long live, but you know, sometimes we have fun with it, and especially if the chat's active, there is no reason why we can't move forward with it and keep it going. So let me open some stuff here. And okay. So let's get some decisions out. So here's the thing. The first one I'm going to cover is the IHG Group World Believe Business MasterCard, yada yada yada, that whole long line. I got the letter saying that they would not be able to approve my application because I've had, quote unquote, too many requests for credit or open accounts with us. Now, what does that mean? For me, what that means is that within Q1, I opened 3 Ink business cards, and then in March, I did open the World of Hyatt business cards. So I don't think I've had a single one of them for 6 months already. So I kind of understand the decision. I did call reconsideration, and reconsideration said that due to this is what an agent said, that I would be free to reapply, but then that would give me another inquiry. So it doesn't really make any sense. The IHG credit card app was sort of a one-off. I just decided to do it while I was on live for the fun of it. So, what are you gonna do? What's one more inquiry? I mean, there are other issuers, but it was never really a make or break for me to not get this IHG card. But one thing I am noticing that I will touch on, that is one letter, and let me give you the one that they gave me with the Chase Sapphire preferred. Now, with the Sapphire Preferred, the reasons for the automatic denial were the same one for the IHG, too many recent requests for credit or reviews of your credit. Now, I have not applied for any credit limit increases, but it looks like the inquiries are actually made it from the business cards, which don't hit my personal account, but the inquiries are still hitting my personal credit, which is affecting personal credit decisions. The second thing is that the credit lines on your Chase accounts is high relative to your income, meaning now what I take that to mean, and please forgive me, I was working all day, so I'm super tired and I didn't really get to research it. What I take that to mean is that my open limits are higher than what they would like to give, given my stated income. Because other than that, I don't really carry balances. So I don't have any balances on my personal cards. So I don't really understand that. But all of this considered, understand the one thing that has not been stated on either one of these letters, which is a hallmark of a 524 rejection, is that too many accounts have been opened in a short time span. Normally, when you get a 524 rejection, which I have received, you get a special reason saying that too many accounts opened recently, and on neither one of these rejection letters is that a reason. So I don't think that 524 was the reason that I was rejected, even for the personal CSP. So what does that mean? That means that they may have actually relax the restrictions, but my crazy credit card velocity and my need to put out content dictates that I probably am still too dangerous for them per se. But also when I called reconsideration, they are addressing this unofficial Chase rule of 524 because they are actively relaying it on the phone. I didn't bring it up, they brought it up. They are looking at your credit reports, and they will quickly tell you that Chase has a 524 rule. Now, I don't know how legit that is, because if it's not stated anywhere officially, because if it ain't on paper, it didn't happen. Why are reps, most likely overseas outsourced reps, why are they giving you that as a reason instead of just pushing through for a manual reconsideration? So I heard that a few times today when I called recon, and in some cases, like Eric Gao, he has a video where his girlfriend applied for a CSP, and I was watching that today, and it took a couple of agents before they were able to get some traction, and they were stating and misstating the 524 rule on numerous occasions before she was ultimately approved. So I don't know if it may take another call to see if I can get another agent for the CSP, but I let them know that I was the recipient of targeted mailers, that Chase actively courted my business, and that is how come I've had so many credit card approvals. And maybe, with that being considered, could they possibly manually reconsider my application? And I was given a very incorrect statement of 524, and frankly, I'd been up 18 hours, and I was running the risk of becoming highly unpleasant. So I may give them a call tomorrow. But that is pretty much the updates from yesterday. But I just find it funny that neither one of these cards has the classic 524 rejection reason. So my credit scores are coming back. And by the way, somebody asked about this yesterday, and they pull from TransUnion. I'm in Florida, so they are pulling from TransUnion in order to get my scores to approve me for the cards. Sorry, I think I may be coming down with a little something. But yeah, we had great participation on the live yesterday, and that was amazing. I enjoyed every bit of it. But here's the thing, is that if I do some of this wild stuff, and I promise you I'm going to let you know, I like to keep said promise. I was happy to go live a little earlier today than I did yesterday, because I know it was a little late for some people yesterday, but I wanted to come back and just give you guys these updates, and these are the updates. It's still an ongoing saga. So what we can address here is what I did right, what I did wrong. What I did wrong for Chase's ecosystem. Before this, full disclosure, I I sometimes like to test and poke and prod Chase, especially since they've given me a lot of confidence of beating the 524. So I actually did an application for SSNGs for a Chase Sapphire Reserve just to see. It's an automatic rejection. So that's why I'm not too upset about them saying that I've had too many requests. And maybe even in a 3 to 6 month period, if I lay off, I can actually try them again, especially if they have any other limited time offers. So it's no real big deal. I'm not going to really push back too hard on that one. Um, as far as the credit lines go, I'll have to look into that. But so yeah, I did that wrong. You know, I kind of did it a little haphazardly, especially with Chase since they can put the stranglehold on you real fast. But what I did right, if you are over 524, if you are 6, 7, 8, 24, and you don't mind the inquiry, go for it. You know, instead of being afraid, I went ahead and I pulled the trigger because it's not like I have 2 or 3 months before I'm under 524. So why not go for it, especially if they have relaxed restrictions? And that counts for either business and personal cards. So that's definitely something to keep in mind. This didn't exactly go the way that I wanted. Maybe it is time for me to do a little gardening, but what are you gonna do? Could they move? If they're saying that your available limits are too high, could they move some of your available limit to support the approval of the CSP? I mean, that could be the case. Right now, I really only have personal cards with Chase. What do I have? I think I have two. I want to say I have two because I can get the CFP, but they gave me pretty high limits on it. Huh. Maybe that's something for me to look into. I will definitely look into. Thanks for that comment. They hate me. I'm sure they don't hate you, but I mean, I don't hate you, but I appreciate the input on that. I will definitely look into that. So, now, what else do we have? I'm editing some stuff. I'm going to be putting out my full collection of cards. Um, I have some things in the pipe that I'm going to be editing tonight because I'm in all night for work. But those are the updates that I wanted to give you. And don't worry, I'm not going to do any, surprise applications or anything like that tonight. At least I don't intend on doing so, but you never know. Chase kind of leaves a taste in my mouth with these app rules because it's stupid. They want your money anyway, but it's like, it's weird. But at least they have a hard and fast formula as opposed to Capital One or some of the other people who kind of just shoot from the hip. But these were my updates. Now what they did was they actually sent the letters straight to my Chase account, so I was able to look at it through notices and letters immediately. So that was pretty good. I don't really have to wait for the rejection letters in the mail. Makes you scared to go to the mailbox and so on and so forth. So I'm gonna give them some time. So I got 2 more inquiries on my TransUnion credit report. And I think one day what I'm gonna do is pull my reports and see exactly how many inquiries I have because my velocity is high. I like to go all gas, no brakes. So we'll see exactly what we're working with there. Maybe I'll share that with you guys. Actually, there's no maybe. I'm gonna share that with you guys because like, why not look at it? But yeah, so Sebi and some of the big guys are starting to take hold of some of this stuff. The Sun $100 annual fee rule is so lame. They're such weirdos. What rule is that? I don't think I'm familiar with that one. The sub $100 annual fee rule. If you can expound on that, I would appreciate it. I'm trying to look at whatever else that we have here. Okay, and I'm on this here. Oh look, Chat's Money Minutes is left. Oh, that's me. That's me. Sorry. Oh yeah, the 524. It's stupid. But it's whatever. There are other. I still have great push with Amex, and there are still options open there for me to rearrange some things. Like I said, I did these applications. It wasn't because there was an immediate need. It was just, hey, what's up, Oliver? Thanks for coming by. Rep his life. my gripe is lift it on all sub $100 annual fee cards. Yeah, that actually would be best. But I mean, I don't know because Chase has such a foothold and a footprint. I guess they can decide what kind of business they can turn away. And even if they're willing to take losses just to prove a point, I guess that's their prerogative. I mean, I'm not at a point where I'm really even taking it personal, so it's whatever. I don't care. And then it's not like I can't come back and just hit them later, which I'm probably gonna do because I am a glutton for punishment. So let's have a look at some more things here. I really didn't have a plan to cover anything else beyond those updates. Let's look in the chat here. And you guys, if you can do me a favor, hit the like button. I would really appreciate it. Let's see what's going on. Let's see what's going on live on YouTube. Who else is putting anything out? I'm not really seeing a lot of new stuff. Oh, here we go. All right, so friend of the channel, JP Buffett, he has actually just put out a video within the last 10 hours asking is 524 done. He's just went to a new format where he's doing like a podcast, and I would highly suggest people check that out. His channel name is JP Space Buffett, like Jimmy Buffett, like Golden Corral Buffet. That is what you want to look for. I'm actually gonna give this a listen when I'm done with this, and I would highly suggest you do so as well. Let's look at some more things on the tube of you, and you know, a lot of just old stuff is popping up. Old card reviews and things of that nature is coming up here. So, what are you gonna do? For my Spanish speakers, also Cesar Joel has put out a new video within the last 8 hours. If you have a chance, go ahead and check that out as well. Let's see what we have here. Is anybody putting anything new? Nobody's dropping any new content, man. And I am really I'm going through it trying to put it out. But what I'm going to do also is I'm going to be putting out a video for all the card application rules. Try to get them all in one place to collate them. See if we can make that a reference point for people. What's going on in the chat here? Instead of 524. Okay, let's see here. I'm planning to on exploiting Chase as best as I can. That's exactly what you're supposed to do, Matt, because they will exploit you at any given time if they so choose. So They Hate Me also states that instead of 524, they should use max number of cards similar to Amex. That would be good. Amex's closed loop system, I think it really gives them a one up on Chase and some of the other issuers. But I totally agree. I think it would be great, especially for people who turn credit like we do, people who are responsible with credit like we are. I mean, a lot of these rules really tend to come up because of people who were taken advantage of, who made informed decisions and decided that they thought credit was free money, which it isn't, which we have all learned. So it doesn't make any sense, but what can you do? Let's see what else we have that is coming up here when I replay. Blah, 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 no. Blah, 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 no. Yeah, all this stuff's old. So it is what it is. 524, it looms large, but there are chinks in the armor. Okay, looks like here, besides the subs, I don't really care about the CFF and CFU. I understand, but they are constituent parts that will help turbocharge your points acquisition. So I don't really, and this is an unpopular opinion, but I don't think the Chase Freedom Flex is that great of a card. I mean, okay, you have cell phone insurance as a World Elite MasterCard, and you have your rolling categories. So for 3 months, you may be able to go to Walmart or Amazon, but I'm not impressed by it. I really am not, but it falls squarely in the realm to support the Chase Trifecta, so it's a necessary evil. I much prefer the Chase Freedom Unlimited over the Chase Freedom Flex because it's an easier card to use, it's straightforward, and you know, it's just less hassle. It doesn't have the cell phone protection, but what are you gonna do? because it's not like at least I don't think for the Chase Freedom Flex, like they have a 5X rolling category for your telecom so that you can even switch it to that. You're still gonna need another card to maximize or optimize your points when you get a cell phone, plan. So, I don't know. The Chase Freedom Flex, I just don't think it's all of that. And I mean, some people may disagree, but I don't care. But that is just my opinion. So also now Caesar Jalal says he's at 424 and wants to take a look at the chase card. I would highly suggest grab a CSP if you can. You might as well get that 80,000 points. You can leverage those points. I think it would be a great idea, especially if it's not going to hurt your status. Chase Freedom Unlimited is a 2% card and dish the other categories for the CFF. That'd be fine. Yeah, I agree. If they were to update the Chase Freedom Unlimited to a flat 2% card, I think Chase would see a significant uptick in applications for those cards alone, even if they were running tandem limited time offers for the CSR and CSP. Because I have actually heard on numerous occasions that people have more difficulty getting the Freedom Unlimited than they do with the Sapphire cards. Like I've seen people with Sapphire cards as their first card, less than a year credit. So I think that would definitely be a great boon for them if they decided to do that. But you know, the House of Morgan she's a fickle beast. So I don't know what they're gonna do. I'm still trying to search here. Maybe we play some videos and react to some stuff here. Because even though this was a short live, I am realizing that I am enjoying talking to you guys, and you guys join pretty quickly. So just in case you have just entered the live, I've shared the rejection letters for both applications that I did yesterday. Oh, Kevin, 24/7 in the building, everybody. Oh man, I did a live with this guy. I've now lost my train of thought because he is in here. Super great guy out of Destin. Him and his wife, Squirrel Tribe, they have two fantastic channels. Please go and check them out. I am going to give you his wife is Squirrel Tribe, and let me pull up his channel here. You definitely want to look at what he's got going on. I watch a lot of his lives, and that's Kevin, all capitals, at Kevin247. You definitely want to go check that out. So let me address the question. I feel absolutely terrible that I totally got knocked off my train of thought, but because of the videos you did. Oh yeah, Jesus, I'm telling you, and he's good. He's good. Him and his wife, they do like these tandem lives, and I really like the chemistry that they play off of one another, and they attack a lot of current situations that from a different point of view that a lot of people don't think about it from. So it's a very interesting watch, and I definitely I enjoy it, and I would suggest it, and I don't do that lightly. Okay, let's go back because I think I missed some things. That'd be fine. I am like $200 off my 70K sub for the CSR. I banked 15,000 points and spent. That's what I'm talking about, Matt. Hit them for all it's worth. Okay, Kevin says he hasn't applied for a credit card in at least 2 years. If you have not applied for the credit card in 2 years, then what that means is that your credit profile is free of inquiries, and chances are if you already have credit cards and you haven't applied for more, you're responsibly using your credit limit, which means that your utilization is probably within spec and your payment history is good. All those being considered, you shouldn't have any problems really getting anything. So I would hope that maybe we could talk about maybe some new things that you're doing. And we definitely got to chop it up about, digital currency. I had some ideas about that, and I saw one of your videos about it. So we got to chop that up. So we have E99 Win Aloha. Oh man, it sounds to me like you're coming from Hawaii. It's one of my bucket list locations. Aloha to you as well. Thank you so much for joining the live, and maybe I'll come out and I'll breathe some of that Hawaii air, stay at a Hyatt with my Hyatt business card that Chase had to give me. But I'll just give them the business. Even though I've heard that there are some things with some of the Hiltons out there that I definitely want to check out, but chances are I'll be with the Hyatt. So they hate me. I just hit the sub on the Amex Gold. Okay, let's go. That's what I'm talking about. Which sub did you get? Did you get the 90K? Did you get any of the special subs that they had? Please go ahead and leave that in the chat. Okay. Got interacting with Jesus here. Let's see what else we have here. Let's look at some more stuff. Because wow, it's like 25 minutes already. Wow, I didn't know that. I heard Hyatt had some cool perks for special rewards members. So yes, I am a Hyatt. What am I? An Explorers? Yeah, I'm an Explorers. Now, when I got the card, I've actually had a Hyatt account for a while. I have not used it because I wasn't staying at Hyatt's. Because normally when I travel and I do my consulting, I'm either in Hilton's or Marriott. So Hyatt wasn't really on the radar. So what I did was I got the World of Hyatt business card, which automatically confers Discover status on you. I do believe the personal card does it as well, but it automatically confers Discover status on you, and that is the first one. First you're a member, then you're a Discoverist, Explorist, and then a Globalist. So when you're a globalist, you get all the bells and whistles, free breakfast wherever you go, whether it's at one of their category 8 properties or whatever, club access and what have you. I'm Explorers right below the top, and still the treatment, you get a special check-in line, and also if you hold a business card, you do get a leverage membership, which actually takes up to 15% off of your member rate when you book Hyatt properties. So that's definitely something you want to look at. And then also with that, you can status match to MGM brands in Vegas, actually nationwide. So what I did is when they gave me Discoverist, I actually used my gold status with MGM to status match to Explorist. And now I am an Explorist Hyatt member, bar none, regardless of anything, all the way until 2025. So as long as I stay the nights, I can actually knock up to Globalist. And Built just had a thing to go up to Globalist. I didn't participate because I had a lot of stuff going on, but I didn't want to do any mattress runs or burn any points for that. But there are ways to get to Globalist, and it is very, very, very lucrative. So the Royal Hawaiian, aka Pink Palace Fine Hotels and Resorts. Okay, FHR. That's all I need to hear. Let me, as a matter of fact, in real time, let me make a note of that now, and I'm gonna go back through the chat and see what else I missed. Let me make a note of that. Come on, computer. Oh man, my life's a mess. I grabbed the Explorer's trial. Absolutely, that's what you're gonna do. And then with Explorers, you do get premium internet, water every day, space available upgrades, which is more common than with the other larger footprint hotels. I can pull all that stuff here, but I just want to make sure I don't forget because I'm running on 2 hours of sleep. So I want to make sure I do not forget this hotel that he just suggested. Come on, just give me a new file already. Boom. Pink Palace, FHR, Hawaii. Okay, so let's go back to the chat here. Sorry about that. I'm trying to get my life. Okay, let's go back and subscribe to the video. Okay, got that. Thank you. Okay, they hate me. You got the 90K offer. That is awesome. I actually took somebody's offer and I got the 90K as well. You definitely want to hold on to that. Kevin is referring to amazing resorts in Jamaica. Now, the one that I know for a fact is there is Rose Hall, and I've heard some very good things about it. I've been to Jamaica a few times. My family, half my family is originally from Jamaica, and I have stayed in Ocho Rios, and that was super nice. I went there on a cruise. It was pretty nice. But I have actually seen reviews of Rose Hall, and yeah, you have not lived until you have woken up first thing in the morning in Jamaica, and the fruit smell just permeates the air, mango and oranges and all sorts of fruits, and you've had fresh juice first thing in the morning, Jamaica sunrise. Everyone needs to experience it. Just period. Just everyone needs to experience it. Like that's all I can really say. I don't care where you're from. You have to experience it. It is something that you'll never ever forget with a hot cup of Blue Mountain coffee. So let's see what else I have here. Some W hotels. I have not been to the W. I went to the JW Marriott in San Francisco. I was supposed to make a video and I quickly forgot. And I actually still have the footage, so I'm gonna make a video one of these times. I went in December and it was really nice. But Marriott hotels, I guess you can call me a Marriott loyalist. As a Titanium Elite member, I've gotten a lot of benefits out of them. And just like I said yesterday, once you hit Titanium Elite, you can status match to United if United is your preferred hard product for flying. But yeah, I definitely want to check out the W though, because I've heard great things about it. As a matter of fact, because I love staying at luxury brands, especially on points to let people know that it is possible. Don't let them price you out of stuff because they think you want to use cash. That's stupid. Get your points for your spend that you're going to spend anyway, and then go ahead and leverage them. Sorry, I'm at work. Yeah, the W is definitely a Marriott because it's the W. I think it's one of the luxury brands. The W, the JW Marriott, the Marriott, there's another one I'm thinking of. Not the ultra luxuries are like the St. Regis, the SLS. I could just look at the computer. I don't know why I'm trying to depend on this spotty brain of mine. But yeah, that's gonna be a Marriott property. So what else do we have here? Okay, I got that. Okay, Matt Clausen, you got the Explorers trial. Definitely go stay at a Hyatt and see what the difference is. Being an Explorers. With an Explorers, I actually got an on-demand upgrade to a corner room when I went down to South Beach with the wife the other couple of weeks ago. And literally, it's all online. You don't have to touch or see a soul, but you do get your special check-in treatment should you go through the lobby. I stayed at a Hyatt Centric down there. It was really nice, very Miami-ish, and I enjoyed it. So let's see here. But yeah, Hyatt is definitely fast becoming one of my favorite hotel brands, and it is fighting with Marriott for my loyalty because I do have the Marriott business card, so I get great benefits using that card. But I also have the Hyatt business card, so you know, kind of splitting my attentions. I also tonight released another card in my collection, Goldilocks. If you check out the channel, I am doing a individual overview of every single card in my credit card collection, and I actually did a comprehensive the other night. I still have to edit it down, so all of that will be in the same playlist, just so you can see what the cards I have, how I use them, and a standardized description of all of them, what they are, how much they cost, benefits and protections, closest relative cards, the dark side of the cards, and who the cards are for. And then the comprehensive one that I did that to show people exactly the cards that I use, do I use them actively, and why I got them in the first place. That's what is not included in the individual videos. So I'm excited to keep working on that series as well. I got a million things going on. So let's see here. What else do we have? What do you think about linking cards to a digital wallet? There was something else that I missed here. One second. Running a live stream solo and killing it. I appreciate you, Kevin, man. That really means a lot. So what do I think about linking cards to a digital wallet? For convenience sake, yeah, safety's sake, I actually tend to, what I highly suggest no one ever does, is link a debit card to a digital wallet. And the reason being, these NFCs, near field communication systems that we use, I don't put all my eggs in one basket, all my trust in one charlatan. Um, that being considered, the reason being is that if there is some sort of interception, I want all the liability to be on the issuer and none of the liability to be on me. So I am a proponent of using digital cards. It's less things to carry in my pocket. Your cell phone's ubiquitous. It's always with you. And it's a convenient thing, especially I'm prone to forget my wallet. As a matter of fact, where's my wallet? Okay, I got it. I'm actually prone to forgetting my wallet. That's why I have one with this Apple Tag Deal business here, so I can actually find it if I forget it, which I thought I did. But I don't suggest linking your debit card. I don't. I do not, and I never will. And what's happening is that you're coming up with a lot of debit card machines, ATM machines, that are actually wanting you to link it to your phone or use your phone to log in the interest of safety. I'm not interested in that, especially when skimmers are a prevalent thing. Is that a Ridge? No, this is actually an Amazon knockoff. It's in the Ridge style, but yeah, they have, they have like this. They claim it's supposed to be. What does this thing say? They claim it's supposed to be like block RFID so that your cards can't be read, and it has a metal constitution that has a money clip here. And as you, did I just break it? I may have to go to Amazon and get another one because this is not that great. But it has done the trick so far. So let's see what else I got. But yeah, back to what I was saying. Yeah, you don't want anything intercepted where you're gonna hold liability. I don't care. Let Chase, let Amex pay for it. I'm not doing all of that. Especially with the digitization of currency. Um, I don't know why anyone would choose to have that sort of liability. And if they want to digitize currency so bad, let them hold the weight for it. You know, because really and truly, with the push to credit cards and all the credit card debt, it's just how many ones and zeros do you owe to this one? How many ones and zeros do you owe to that one? That's really what it boils down to. So yeah, link your cards, but just don't link your debit cards. Let's see what's going on in these YouTube streets. I still need to kind of branch out to other platforms like Patreon or something like that to do something awesome, but I'm so tired. Let's see here at the ATM. I always make sure it's logged out before I move, but with the credit card, I'm at least protected. Exactly. Let the issuers, let the payment, let them handle all of that. Let them handle the guy who's sneaking around the ATM or snatching off the skimmers. I, yeah, nah, man. I'm not doing all of that because even if they give you protections at the bank level, your money's gone, and you gotta wait. And nobody wants that. Ain't nobody got time for that. Okay, it looks like I add Dom Kim. Hey, Dom Kim, welcome. I add the Freedom Flex to the digital wallet so I don't have to carry it around for the rotating categories. And that speaks to the convenience of the digital wallets. I love them, period. So, but it's just, you just gotta be smart and smart in some things. And some things, it's better to go low tech than it is high tech because you can quickly fall into miasma of things that you are not prepared to deal with. So what's going on the YouTube net universe? Nope, nothing, nothing. Period. Oh man, it's like that. It scares me when like nothing's going on because that means something is going on. And you can call me crazy, but I think that's what it is. Hey, Wandering Doc is in the building. Chad's gonna Chad all day, every day, bro. Do you even live stream? Let's see here. Banks are not your friend. They damn sure aren't. Be careful with the tap features at the ATM. Absolutely. I don't use them. I refuse to use them, period. It's just, if a skimmer, a whole entire contraption is easily installed on an ATM, a errant antenna and or redirect can be put under a sticker with that little symbol, just quick and quick. I'm not with that. So many options. Which card? Hello, Andrea Charles, great friend of the channel. Thank you so much for coming. So many options. Which card is best for everyday purchases? For everyday purchases, period. You want to catch all, no spend category card. I like the Chase Freedom Unlimited, even though it's 1.5%, you get the backing and the liability protection of Chase and Visa in tandem. So I definitely, I like that. Plus you get transferable currency. One of my favorite cards though, I can't lie, and it always has been, and maybe because I've had it for so long, is my Discover. I've had that card since forever. It's now a Discover It, and that one's 1.5 times cash back. They're pretty cool. They comes pretty quickly, and then in addition to that, you have your running total. You can apply it to your bill on demand, and regardless of how much cash back you have, you got $5. Put $5 towards your bill. It is what it is. If you do not have a lot of inquiries, I would highly suggest getting the inquiry sensitive banks out of the way if you're not also worried about 524. So outside of the Chase card, my favorite Discover card, the custom and or double cash, you can interchange both of those if you're going the cashback route, especially if you don't have a Premier. I would suggest those as well. And other than that, if you are feeling really, really sporty, you can actually get an annual fee card in the Venture or the Venture X, which will give you a 2%, a 2x catch-all in addition to travel benefits and transferable currency. But you're gonna have to pay. But a lot of the times you can actually offset that annual fee with the value that you're going to get from the cards, especially in the sense of Venture X. But an everyday card, a good everyday card you want to accept in special cases, aim for a 2% cashback card. I have a couple of them and I like them. So what else do we have here? Let's get some water. My mouth's getting dry. That's good. All right, let's see what else we got here. What else is going on, but at the same time not going on in the YouTube universe. My algorithms are crazy. I really watch a lot of wild stuff. So let me try to push past the Dragon Ball Z here and see if I can find any more financial news. No, okay, let me move some of this Star Wars stuff out of the way. And no, just old stuff. Oh well. So let's see here. As a matter of fact, let's talk about this Sebi video about, where is that? Okay, I don't know who that is. As Sebi. Oh, it's with two B's? Jeez. Okay. Where am I with it? Deals? No. Blah, blah, blah. Capital One huge losses. They're terrible. You know what? I don't want to talk about him. He's got way too much money. Let's go here. William Pinkett, my favorite DBZ character. Personality-wise, I like Vegeta. I actually am not a fan of Goku. And I think overall, I want to say Frieza. Frieza is funny as I don't know what, is super powerful, and yeah, overall I want to say it's probably going to be Frieza. He's a trip. And personality-wise, strict personality, Vegeta is it. For me, personally. Let's make sure we hit the like button, people. I need that in my life. It's a long time. Wells because lazy. You know, I don't know why everybody hates Wells Fargo. I mean, I don't care. As long as they don't mess up my money. I have Wells Fargo's accounts. I have a built MasterCard. Even though I'm not a renter. I have it, I use it, I like it, and I will continue to use it, period. I suggest it to everyone. It's a no annual fee card. So you're not losing anything. You get the World Elite MasterCard. You get the $800 cell phone coverage. I don't understand why people aren't using it, but it's whatever. So let's see here. Catch alls. Car dealers and finance managers are saying average consumer credit card debt is on the rise based on credit pull results. That I'm inclined to deal with. There are many statistics that have been coming out saying that credit card debt is at an all-time high. Now, here's the thing. Are wages keeping up with expenses? No. Are wages keeping up with food prices? No. But as a whole, I don't think that a lot of people have been trained with the attitudes to use money, not even as efficiently as it is. And I don't even like the word money because it's all currency, whether it's digital, fiat, physical, whatever. But people have not been taught as what kind of tool it really can, be. So with that being considered, it's looking like a lot of people are trying to supplement their income, or at least shore up their income with credit, as opposed to doing a true supplementation. In other words, combining credit and cash income in order to use as much value as possible. That's why I like the credit card points and miles game, because these things are available. And the fact is that a lot of your favorite YouTubers, a lot of your favorite celebrities actually are notorious for this. They don't pay full price for anything, and they're the ones who have the money to do it. It's us people who pay full price for everything to buy stuff we can't afford, to impress people that in most cases we don't even like. So I will always be a fan of the points and miles game to definitely make my money more efficient, because I like getting returns so I know effectively I'm spending less than everyone around me, regardless of inflation. Dealers and finance managers will do anything to jack up their prices. That is absolutely true, because that's why they hate cash buyers when you come in. Now, let's talk about that. Now, I've done videos about not saying that you're going to buy a car cash when you walk into a dealership, because that is the most horrible thing to do. This is not the old school days where the majority of car dealerships have in-house financing, or they want in-house financing. A lot of them are partnered with banks, be they local or even national associations. This way, as your money goes through step by step, everybody gets to pinch a nickel here, pinch a quarter here. So when you walk into a car dealership and you say, hey, I'm going to buy a car cash, trust me, they're not going to treat you well. They're not incentivized to treat you well. So finance managers, what I like to do is actually massage them a little bit, and in some cases it can actually work to your benefit to finance, ensure that you don't have an early payoff penalty. Pay a month and knock the car off, and you will find that, okay, you may pay $40 in interest, but they are more willing to be flexible on the price and the numbers on trade-in that may work to your favor. But definitely, unless you are going to a buy here, pay here dealership, you don't want to tell them. Talk to the finance people. They are gonna try to do what they gotta do, and they're gonna try to keep you there all day so that you'll pay anything just to get your day back. But they can still be used to our benefit. But they do have their finger on the pulse as far as credit apps go, because they pull a lot of them. Wells has done well by me. Hey man, I'm not even mad at you. I was gonna look at this, do a reaction on this everything, but not really interested. I would much rather talk to you guys. You guys are way more interesting. And as soon as I get done with this, I have to start what do I have to start doing? I have to start editing other videos. So Don Kim says, true, best to play the cash card at the end when the contract is written and the out the door price has been established. Better deal. There it is. Kevin says, never rely on one bank. That too is true. That is definitely true, because I mean, even though monetary policies and FDIC And a lot of things that affect banks are supposed to standardize their practices. They actually have a ton of leeway because of the products that they can offer as a credit card issuer, as a bank, in some cases, as a payment processor like Amex. They actually have way more leeway than you think they would, considering the laws that are supposed to govern the way that they handle your money, your currency, your interest that you have with them. And that's definitely something you want to think about. But yeah, never trust one. I mean, let them fight for your loyalty. You know what I'm saying? There's no reason why you should just give it to them. I don't even bother with that. I had a Honda dealer try and run my credit when I told them I was paying in cash. Absolutely. Absolutely. They will do that because when you pay in cash, you cut a lot of people out of the equation. You walk into a dealership and I want a car and I'm going to pay in cash, $10,000 cash because I have it. I'm good with my money. Because most of the time I'm using 10,000 because that's the minimum that they're going to finance. So what will happen is now if I walk in and I say I'm paying cash, I'm going to grab my car. Now, I have no desperation. So if I have no desperation, then they can't sell me the undercarriage cleaning benefit because, hey, what happens if you don't want this to fail while you're still paying on the car? That is definitely a bit of psychology that they use, is to sell you quote unquote protections to protect the car for the life of your loan, not the life of the car. So they can't sell you that because you're paying cash. They can't tell you about extra warranties and so on and so forth, because if you have a set amount of cash that you're paying, chances are your psychology will not allow you to go over said budget to sell you warranties, which you then have to pay very high deductibles on anyway. That too is not uncommon. So you're not exactly the most profitable customer if you walk into a car dealership and say you're paying cash. Now, on the other side, if you walk in, you got $1,000, you want a $10,000 car, you have your 10% down payment, that's great. They can just give you the loan, especially if your credit checks out. But that gives them the opportunities, a lot of opportunities, to sell you gap insurance, to sell you the undercarriage cleaning, the bonus paint protection, the the special antenna insurance. They're gonna upsell you on a lot of things. So your 1,000 that you have to put down now quickly balloons because you still have to pay tax on the car. That has to come out up front. And they're gonna offer you to roll so many things into this car loan because the more they finance, the more they get paid. The more they finance, the more the finance company can charge interest on. I have seen people literally roll their registration into a car loan, which makes no sense. It will never make any sense to me. It's about $100. Why are you gonna roll that in to be amortized over the course of 5 to 7 years? It's the stupidest thing ever. Then I also know people who walk into car dealerships and refuse to put any money down. If they can't sign and drive, they just won't do it, and you end up paying more money over the life of any loan when you do that. I would highly not suggest that. But there are ways that you can actually finesse car dealerships. They have built an industry around finessing people, but us in the credit know, we definitely know how to finesse them as well. Let's see, I got some things in the chat. There we go. Know your keys on the trade-in. Know your social security number. Yeah, because once they have it, they can do whatever they want with it. Because they're in office, and once you do that, you're kind of giving implied consent. Let's see here. That is what Gap is for. Gap is only extra. Yeah, I can't lie. Full disclosure, I used Gap because somebody crashed into my car, and it was useful. I mean, but you're not really planning for that eventuality, especially if you are in rural areas or you have less of a chance of getting smacked in your car. Car gurus will show you how many days a car has been listed, over 180 days, and they will take cash. Absolutely, they will take cash. Period. But yeah, it's it's crazy, man. Everybody's trying to game the system, and they will try to game you at any chance that they get. Anthony Venture is in the house drinking big water today. Chad, yeah, I've been working 18-hour days, as you know, and I barely get sleep. And what I am also finding is that I am simply dehydrated. So today is going to be a water day, especially after I get done with this live and I go back to editing. Anyone who paid way over sticker in the last 12 to 18 months better have Gap. Absolutely, you better. Because with the chip shortages and everything that drove up car prices and people were still buying cars, Gap is probably going to be good for you because heaven forbid something should happen or your car accidentally gets pushed off of a bridge to settle a loan. Gap will definitely come into play for you. But you got to dodge all that extra stuff that they want from you, man. And if you're not careful, they will try to write in an early payoff penalty because remember, it is time and loan that they want to keep you in the longest to get the most money out of you because this is a simple interest loan. So your payment's set. It's never going to change. They know how much interest they're going to make off of you. They have to supply it to you on that long contract. And the whole point is to pay the lowest price possible and to pay as least interest as possible. And I understand why people go in and say cash because they don't want to do that, but there's an opportunity cost that you have to weigh there. Let's see here. Because I would rather pay 1 month's interest to finesse a much lower car price. Because the name of the game is finesse. I'm so thirsty. All right, all right. So Anthony, you are here. Anthony, what do you got? You got something? You got some new stuff coming out for us? By the way, anybody who doesn't know, Anthony Venture is a fellow creator who I would, if I should be so presumptuous, would like to consider a friend. He has some great stuff. He has taught me a lot about YouTube Shorts. He's taught me a lot about content creation, and greatly appreciated. If you get the chance, please check him out, Anthony Venture. He is in the chat. What is the APR on my Tesla? I'd have to look at. I'm gonna say, I think it's 4%. If I recall correctly, I think it's 4%. The longest you. Okay, that's a great question. If I'm gonna finance a car, I'm not gonna lie to you. I don't pay cars the entire term. So for me, I'm gonna choose the longest financing that they'll give me. So if I have a car and they'll give me 84 months or 96 months, I'll take 96 months all day, every day. Because what that will do is end up driving down my payment. I still owe the same amount of money anyway. I know I'm not gonna pay for it that long anyway. So that will give me more of my income to then disperse to other investments and or other ventures that I have while I can still extract value from this car. So for me, that is my rule of thumb. I know people who they only finance for 36 months and that's great, but you have a much larger outlay month to month. And then it's like, suppose you want to do something else, but no, you're shackled to this car payment. So if it's the difference between an $800 a month car payment and a $370 a month car payment, but the term may be twice as long, it is what it is. I will take that, and that way I can efficiently, as I always preach, efficiently use the currency that I have available to me. Oh, good. I'm happy I passed. So that's the thing with money attitudes, attitudes about currency. The fact is that a lot of people, they are scared to go counter to what they've heard on the news. You listen to the news, it's all doom and gloom because they're trying to sell you something. They want to sell you everything. Number one, they want Wives and husbands split up because if you have two households, two utility bills, two sets of credit cards, two car payments, two this, two that, blah, blah, blah. Whereas if you go counter that, you understand that sometimes the opportunity cost of paying a little interest or paying a fee here and there can get you lower prices so that way you can disperse your money and use it more efficiently. That is something that they don't want you to know. So what I try to do is let people know, think counter to what you've been told about money and then explore that to see if it actually works for your personal situation. Oh, Tito's Financial Corner is in the house. Hey Tito, I was actually gonna watch some of your stuff tonight. I see that you put some stuff out here. I believe it was a CSP video that you have. Like people don't believe I actually watch like everything. I watch a lot of stuff. I don't comment a ton, but I do watch almost everything, and I love small creators. They are much fresher than the big guys, and the big guys are just gonna steal their ideas anyway. So I really love small creators and fellow creators. I'm small myself, and I'm probably gonna keep sticking to small creators. Okay, finance a car before a house, or here's the thing. That is a question. I probably would not because the house financing process is so much more intensive because they're giving you so much more money. I would probably prioritize that. And then, in addition to that, with the proliferation of YouTube, Lyft, not YouTube, what's that other U word? Uber and Lyft, I think you can actually push that further while you finance your house. Because, okay, let's take my use case. I'm here in South Florida, right? I am here in like my city, the city that I'm in right now, Port St. Lucie. Back in the day, there was no taxi, there was no there was no Uber, there was no Lyft. So it's like if you didn't have a car, you were pretty much stuck, or you were using what is affectionately referred to as the Monster 210 route. What's a Monster 210? That's your 2 feet and your 10 toes. Um, but now, if I want to finance a house and I need a car, I have Uber here. I have Lyft here. I have the Amex Green Card. Well, I don't have it per se, but I can apply for the Amex Green Card and get 3x points back on all my transportation costs. I can apply for a Chase card, or I can apply for the Built card and get 5x back on Lyft, and I can actually run those until I am in a position to finance a car. So I would probably go for the house prioritized, and then get the car after. Let's see here. I think I missed some things in the chat. Okay, agree. Getting finance card. That's what we for the 40-year mortgage, hopefully in the future. Yeah, that would be awesome. What I do, me and Anthony actually talked about the new rule that they have with these fees being heightened for people with better payment histories and credit reports, just giving the broad strokes. I think that's stupid. Give me a 40-year mortgage, but I don't want to pay any fees just because you want to include somebody who wasn't responsible with their money, because they only listen to people who have an interest in them being irresponsible in their money. I don't think that's fair to a lot of people who safeguard their credit and their name as much as we do. But that is my opinion. Mainstream media wants to feed you. Absolutely. They do want to feed into confirmation bias. I'm telling you right now, I heard something extremely poignant, and I've tried to live my life by it. And it's that if you watch the news, if you don't watch the news, you're uninformed. But if you watch the news, chances are you're misinformed. And that is something I tend to live by. A lot of independent study is something that I highly prize. Look at opposing opinions, draw your conclusions, test your use cases, look at your community, and that is going to give you the best pulse of what exactly is going on. Maybe just on a macro level, but in some cases you can apply that on a larger worldview scale. My neighbors and coworkers are struggling to hurt financially too. Then it must be okay. Yeah. I will say with a mortgage on your credit report, and it almost acts like a boost for everything else. Absolutely. Trust me. For the vetting that you have to go through for a mortgage, um, yeah, it definitely shows credit worthiness because, I mean, it's not 2002. They're not just handing them out 2003, 4, and 5. They're not just handing them out anymore. And we all see how that went. I mean, I I definitely, if you can buy, because they're just not making dirt anymore. So why not buy? Even though property managers and a lot of large property owners tend to be corporations to X the common man out of buying their own land because they want to make the idea of land purchase a fallacy. So what I say by that is they want to buy the dirt and let you build a house, but as long as they own the dirt, they can snatch everything that's on it. That's pretty much how it works. So you definitely want to watch out for that. Own the dirt and the structure. Don't just, if you only own one, own the one closest to the core of the earth because that is the one that's going to give you the most power. Okay, let's see what else we have here. Hey, John McKinstry is in the building. I like the idea of financing a car or a house over longer term and keep the payments low. That gives you the opportunity to pay extra when you have the chance. Absolutely. That also does it. So if you have a $300 car payment and you have a tax return of $800 of $1,600, boom. That is now 8 times what your car payment is if you have that sort of responsibility, and you can get rid of 8 months worth of interest, or you can, because you're going to apply it to principal because you guys are smart and you follow Chats Money Minutes. Appreciate you. I've been watching you for the longest time and definitely would say I try to keep up with your work ethic. Hey man, I appreciate you, man. Thank you so much. We definitely have to stick together. As content creators, I'm telling you now, when you start and you have your first 10, your first 20, your first 50, 100, 500 subscribers, some advice that I would give to other content creators is keep putting your message out. I don't care who else says it. I don't care if Ben Hedges says it. I don't care if Sebi says it. I don't care if Daniel Braun says it. I don't care. And these are all people that I do respect. But keep putting your message out. They have entire machines behind them that reaches a lot more people. But I tend to go with smaller creators because smaller creators can pivot much faster. If something is put out, they report on it and it is erroneous, they can do the retraction faster. If something comes out, for instance, like I did a live about Built Dining the day after it came out, and so far it's gonna pick up. I know it's gonna pick up, but it hasn't really made it to the big guys yet because they have to cover other things. But smaller creators will give you a fresh outlook on what actually is going on that the big guys don't want you to see, because a lot of the bigger guys are sponsored by companies who have their interests. So you have a smaller creator doesn't have any sponsorships or anything like that. They're not begging you for super chats and this and that, whatever. They are going to tend to give you the information that you actually need, more so than even entertainment and production value. But that is going to be more useful. That's why I stick with small creators. If you have under 1,000, chances are I've probably watched your stuff. I've watched people whose names I cannot remember, but they come up on my feed all the time. So let's see here. Okay, the underwriting process for a mortgage compared to auto loan, that is absolutely true. Because they got you for 30 years. They're forming a 30-year relationship. You guys are married. So they're definitely gonna want to bet you hard in the auto loan. Buy and hold. Think, what would Warren Buffett do? I'll tell you exactly what Warren Buffett would do. I am a big subscriber to Benjamin Graham and Warren Buffett and Charlie Munger, or as I refer to him, Uncle Charlie. In this situation, there is always the adage of be fearful when others are greedy and be greedy when others are fearful. And I also like to mix that in with when there's blood in the street, buy property. Counter views on money have been some of the reasons why some of the aforementioned billionaires have soared to incredible heights. So, like Bill Gates, for instance, Kevin has referred to Bill Gates. What would Bill Gates do? He'd buy land. He's one of the largest private landowners in the United States. That is not my words. That are actual facts that you can look up. Please vet it, verify it. That is true. He is fast becoming one of the largest landowners in the state. Farmland, and where farmland is concerned, so is our food supply. Warren Buffett actually owns quite a bit of land too, but that is not exactly pushed out there as much as his stock investments. What would Jeff Bezos do? Well, Jeff Bezos literally got divorced, made a woman the third richest woman in the country, or even in the world. No, probably in the country, was able to afford it and is still living his best life. Look, man, find what people need, find the thing that they are willing to pay anything for it, sell it to them for a little bit less than everybody else, and then infest their life with it. So we all got Amazon Prime accounts, and for what? You know what I mean? So Elon Musk, what would Elon Musk do? Elon Musk would borrow a ton of money. He would make lofty promises. He would then fail to deliver on said promises, but give you incremental progress each time while working on something in the background to shore up confidence. That's exactly what he does, and it's something that I admire. He shoots for the moon, but if he can't give you the moon, he'll scoop a couple of clouds out and give it to you, and it makes people happy anyway, which I am totally okay with. What would BlackRock do? BlackRock would simply buy everything. That's what they do. They buy everything. Their assets under management are incredibly huge. And I know I'm getting off into a little investment tangent, but the conversation is getting exciting. So I just want to make sure I address all of those. And we have another one. Must be very careful about promotion offers and sponsorship offers. That is usually one main reason behind the need for a retraction. Absolutely, absolutely, absolutely. Now, I don't have experience with sponsorship offers. I am not sponsored. This is all me, all from the dirt, but I can definitely think that some people in here will probably benefit from your insight. Tito's Financial Corner. Haha, 30 years you guys are married. I was more intimidated signing my mortgage. I know that's right. Because I'm telling you what, unless you're in a buyer's market, I'm sorry, unless you're in a seller's market, I mean, divorcing that house is, oh man, you tend to go through more of it than you do for a marriage. I mean, I've seen some people get married with that really shouldn't even split a taxi. But with the vetting process for getting a mortgage, they're gonna make sure to keep you honest. I know this is fun. I haven't even eaten yet. I'm gonna eat later. Probably gonna go to the gas station and get something to eat. But let's see here. Let's see what else we have in the chat. Let's go all the way down. Do all those mentioned by Kevin have the 401k 529 waiting on Social Security? Probably not. Absolutely. That is definitely something that we in what I would describe as the proletariat have been shackled with. But they are useful tools, but for the most part, once you hit a certain strata, they are more of a impediment than they are a benefit. But there are times when you can actually use them to your benefit to teach you something about money, or at least shore up money to make a big move. Berkshire Hathaway is where Warren Buffett hides his real property. Absolutely. That conglomerate has been so wildly successful that it's really understated, because you think that the same company that owns Haynes owns Geico Insurance, the government employee insurance company. That's what Geico stands for, just in case you didn't know. So their reach and multi-brand ownership makes them really more popular than we realize, because Berkshire Hathaway is the holdings company, but the operating companies are myriad. So these are things that you have to understand, especially given with food supply. three or four companies really control the food supply for the entire country. But a lot of people don't know that because they think that having a Fanta as opposed to having a Pepsi doesn't really line the same pockets, whereas it does. You know, you got cigarette companies that own food companies. So if they're not killing you with smoke, they're killing you with trans fats. It is what it is. You're still going to go in because they also have a backroom deal with Pfizer to advertise a medicine for you that's been around for 20 years, but they're just rolling it out now because of regulations. But I can go on and on. These are just some of the musings and ideas that I have. Let's see here, Andrea Charles, you are good off the cuff with your responses. Why, thank you very much. I'm a thinker, and I think about a great many things. I don't do a ton of talking. I actually do more talking on YouTube than I actually do in my real life, because I like to listen. I'm a firm believer in having 2 ears and 1 mouth, and that being significant. And I think you learn the most here. Let's see, what else do we have here? Wow, we went well over the hour. Hey, you guys, I would really highly appreciate, I am enjoying the conversation. If you have not already, please hit the like button. It would make me very happy. I love doing these, and I know I don't have a standardized schedule, but they're fun to do. So let's see here. I'm sure I'm probably getting text messages. People probably think I'm in a ditch somewhere because I'm not answering anything because I'm on my cell phone. I don't even know what kind of power I have left on my cell phone, so I hope it doesn't die in the middle of the live. So let's see here on the live chat. Okay, thumbs up, appreciate you. Let's see. But hey, I appreciate that, Tito. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. I try to do what I can. I try to offer value wherever I can, especially since this is something I never thought I'd do. I never thought I'd do YouTube. I didn't think anybody was interested in hearing what it is I have to say about so many subjects. And there are some times when, hey, you know, sometimes I can even misstate, and I have no problem doing updates. I am notorious for simply recycling a thumbnail and putting an update on a video that I've done, especially when new information comes out. I like to take the path of least resistance, and I get it. I'm not as flashy as everybody else, but if I can change one person, if I can give one person a counter view about money, I feel like I've done what it is that I'm supposed to do. Now, I keep looking off because I have my computer here, and I'm trying to find something to see if it's, like, you know, really worth talking about. That, oh jeez. What I'm gonna do is I'm actually gonna keep drinking water until I gotta go to the bathroom, and then we'll oh wow, oh man, I appreciate you, Kevin. Thank you so much for the super chat. I appreciate you so much. You're helping so many people. Keep it up. I definitely will. This kind of thing really keeps me going. I'm having a lot of fun with it, and the connections that I've made, the community that the communities that I have been a part of, they mean the world to me. And I like talking with like-minded individuals. I like bouncing things off of them. It is very it's what I would call psychologically lucrative. You know what I mean? It definitely helps out. You guys are awesome, man. I don't even know. I don't even know what else to say. Wow, I'm really thrown off here, man. That totally threw me off. Let's talk about some things here. Oh, by the way, Kevin, I actually started doing the outline for the credit card application rules. So I have to pick a night. I'm going to film that video. I have some things coming up about adding children to credit accounts in order to safeguard and get their digital footprint out there and get them a good credit profile. I have to edit that video. I have my card collection video. I have another card in my collection that I'm putting on. Ben J, did you get approved for the other Chase card? No, I did not get approved for either one. So it is what it is. I may bother reconsideration again, but I did not get approved for either one. But it's no big deal because the second one, that application was a one-off anyway, just to see, you know, just for S's and G's, just to see what would happen. All right, let's see here. What is going on in the streets in the world? Let's see. Nope, don't want that. Let's go back here. Let's go back here. Yeah, no worries. Thank you. Thank you for coming through. Let's see what else is going on in the chat. What? Oh, thank you so much, Andre. I appreciate you. Thank you so much. I will definitely keep coming to you guys with everything that I can. So this brings me to another point that I wanted to make. So if you've been following, I did the Paris redemption with the Amex points to take Delta One from Atlanta to Charles de Gaulle Airport and back for I think it was like $700 for the both of us. Original price $20,000, right? So my next big redemption I want to do for my next anniversary is take the wife to Rome or Italy, see if we can see the boot. So what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be game planning some redemptions, and I want to share with you guys because I know what it was like when I first started my road on doing points redemptions, and it was a beast. And there are actually precious few videos out there that really outline it. So then your next question would be, well, why don't you make a video? And the only reason is because of inflation and floating point values. Those videos actually don't age well. And with that being considered, they will get outdated very quickly. That's how come I found out that there are not a lot of videos. So when you get in contact with people in the community, if you want to leverage credit card points and miles to get the best redemptions possible, the best people to talk to are the other people trying to do it, because their trial and error is something that you can totally use. I'm actually trying to do my most ambitious redemption, trying to plan a vacation for 6 people, 3 separate couples in early January. So I will definitely keep you guys updated what kind of properties I'm going to be staying at. And I will not forget to put the video, because I also have footage from the Marriott in Paris that I shot, and I never made the video. So I do have plenty of stuff to do. Working these 100-hour work weeks, I try to squeeze out as much as I can. I definitely want to give you guys everything that you deserve and a little bit more, because you could have spent your time anywhere else, but you decided to spend it with me. We are here at 82 minutes. Oh, wow. I didn't think this was going to go as long as it is, and I'm pretty happy that it is going. This has just been fantastic. So let's see what else who do we still have in? I know people have probably dropped off, but what are you gonna do? Did we get everything in the chat? I do believe we have. Anybody have any further questions for me? We've touched on everything from home loans to cars to digital currency to digital wallets, Warren Buffett, Jeff Bezos, Elon Musk, Amazon. We have touched on like everything. Wow, I really get roped into these. Anthony Venture, who is in the chat as well, he also said that he wouldn't be surprised if I decided to end up being almost purely doing lives. And I, I, I think he might have hit the nail on the head. These things are fun. You guys are amazing. This is super fun. I appreciate the likes, the super chats. That I don't even know what to say. I am at an absolute loss for words. It is greatly appreciated. Let me see. Oh, oops. Nope. Can't do that. Let's see what's going on here. Yeah, man. Nobody's putting out any new stuff. I want to see some new stuff from my finance community. But let's see here. Da, 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 da. Yeah, but that's pretty much it. It looks like we are going to go ahead and wrap this up. The collab we recorded, I uploaded as is, no edit. So basically, it's a lot. So yeah, yeah, man. I watched that back. I showed it to my wife. She loved it. She absolutely loved it, man. I'm telling you. Speaking to you was really, it was really easy because it was like I was talking to somebody, like having a beer, like somebody I had known for years. It was really, really easy. We definitely need to do that again. As a matter of fact, I would propose, and I like to deliver on what I say. I have to, me and the wife have some contracts that we have to do, but she wants to go to Destin really bad. And I don't understand why we would need to do it live if we could just do it in person. That is definitely something I want to kick around. I want to do that within, I'm going to put a timestamp on it within the next 3 months for us to take a ride up to Destin so that she can enjoy herself. We can link up, and definitely, man, that live was amazing. It really was. If you are not understanding the live that I was talking about, I linked it on my community page. It is on Kevin's page. You definitely want to check it out. We touch on a lot of things with credit card points and miles. And oh, JP Buffett in the building. JP, thank you so much for coming. It's funny that you're here. I was actually suggesting your channel to everybody earlier in the live with your new podcast structure. You have some stuff that I'm going to be listening to tonight, because once I get off this live, I listen to stuff while I edit. So I definitely want to hear your new stuff concerning the 524 rule and the JetBlue card. I don't see it here on my feed, but I did make a note of it. So yeah, I definitely want to listen to that. But yeah, man. Yeah, Kev, I definitely want to make it up there. I think it would be fun. I think the wives would enjoy. I think we'd have a great time. Um, I think that would just be a good idea. I'm gonna try to do everything I can. I think I have to go to LA and Texas. I want to say LA and Texas. I may have to go to some other states as well, plus work on my other stuff. But I have your email. I will reach out. Definitely, we set the time, the weekend trip to go to Destin. You will know probably 72 hours in advance, and then we will show up. Gotta link up. We gotta have that beer. We gotta chop it up, man. Um, Being on your channel was just amazing, and I also suggested your channel as well earlier in the in this live. Everybody, please check out Kevin's channel. You definitely want to do that. Go ahead and click on his name, and then it should take you right to his channel, and that is youtube.com/ at, I believe it's Kevin 24/7. I'm pulling one of his videos here now just to be sure. But yeah, you definitely want to look at that. Don Kim, I appreciate the good vibes, man. Thanks so much for being here. All right, so it looks like I'm gonna go ahead and wrap this one up. Normally I try to keep my videos to like 10 minutes so I don't bore you guys, because I feel like I'm boring you to tears on my videos. But these lives, it's like I can't get off of these things because I just love the interaction. And that is just definitely something that's been going on since the beginning of my YouTube career. But I think 90 minutes is a good wrap up time. I think let me go ahead and wrap it up and be a productive cog in the machine for tonight. And luckily tomorrow is my short day. I only work 12 hours over the weekend, so spend some time with the kids, get a little bit of sleep, and I'll be fresh from Monday. So until next time, I will catch you guys later. We are at 88 minutes here. Unless I have a last question, I'm going to start reaching for this little white X here in order to end the live. Oh yeah, and by the way, I'm not changing any of the thumbnails or anything like that. You guys are just gonna have to see this mug. I like to keep it fairly authentic, but you guys take it easy. Much love, much appreciation. You could have been anywhere, but you decided to be here. I will be ever grateful and ever appreciative for the time that you've invested in me. It means more to me than you will ever know, and it gives me inspiration to keep on creating content. So cheers to all my fellow content creators. Cheers to all of the people who take time to watch us. You're greatly appreciated. So I will catch you guys later.